How do you create self-love when you don't feel it on the inside? Our feelings of unworthiness, feelings like we don't deserve anything good in life, believing that we are not good enough, that we are unlovable, and ultimately like there's something wrong with us. It really has a significant impact on how we treat ourselves. And I want to start this video out by saying that there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You are absolute perfection. You were born into your physical body in perfection. You are perfection. You can't be anything less than perfect. So why all the self-loathing and the lack of self-love that we come to have about ourselves? Well, it comes from people or a person or several people who have sprayed their unhealed heartbreak from their past. And we're going to talk about this thing called heartbreak in this video, but they spray their beliefs on you. They spray their unhealed pain from their own path onto you. So we create beliefs about ourselves based on the projection of other people's pain onto us. So stay tuned, because in this video, I'm going to give you 3 powerful tips that will set you on your way to falling in love with yourself. Are you ready? Let's get started. I am Iris Sirianni. I am a self-love coach and a spiritual mentor, and I thank you for being here, and I hope that you find this video helpful. If you do, please like and comment and share and subscribe. And so let's get into this now. So the first tip that I want to share with you, you may have heard this before, but it is really changing the way that you talk to yourself. When I'm working with people and when I'm having just general conversation, why can't I lose this weight? What's wrong with me? Why can't I stay on this diet? We are so incredibly hard on ourselves. The way that we talk to ourselves, the way that we beat ourselves up and reprimand ourselves and scold ourselves. A lot of time that can be traced back to the exact words that we heard when we were young, but that's not always the case. Sometimes it's just something that we develop within ourselves because somehow we believe that we are faulty. I used to be like you. I didn't always love myself. I didn't always see my own worth and see my own value and believe that I was capable of sitting here in front of this camera, speaking with you, trying to help you through whatever you're going through, whatever transformation you're trying to go through right now. Because if you're beating yourself up, it means that you are trying to move through something. You are in the process of transforming. There's just a little bit of support that you need. So one of the things that I started doing early on in my own self-love journey, and which is really a healing journey, was to create better affirmations that I would say to myself. So for example, some of the things, I'll even share some of the things that I said to myself early on. I would say, I'm radiant, I am exceptional, I am beautiful, I am brilliant, I am intelligent, because I didn't believe that I was very smart. And I'll share a story about that a little bit later on. And I would say, I have something really valuable to offer people in my life. I have something really valuable to share with the world. I would say, I'm a rock star. I'm a rock star. And I love myself. And so some of this sounds a little bit hokey, but you can almost feel the energy shift when you start to say these things like, I am exceptional. I am radiant. And even if you don't really believe it subconsciously, when you start repeating those things to yourself, it invokes an energy. You can't help but have a little bit of energy that kind of percolates to the surface. And that's really what you want. And for the longest time, what I would do, and I actually, full disclosure, I still do this today. Every time I go into the washroom, I look in the mirror, because the mirror is always there in the washroom, and I say something really positive to myself. And I think that that's really important. Now, sometimes I'll still say I'm a rock star if I'm feeling a little bit not my best self and I need a little boost. But I still repeat positive affirmations depending on what it is that I am working on in evolving myself to my next best version of myself and continuing on the healing journey. So how we speak to ourselves is really, really important. So that is my tip number 1 for creating self-love when you don't feel it. Tip number 2 is imagine you have the perfect person for you. You might be in a relationship right now. You might be in a really loving relationship right now. Or you're single right now. Regardless, you can do this. Imagine your perfect person for you. How would you want them to treat you? How is that your current person treating you if you are in a healthy relationship? I bet they treat you like a king or a queen or a god or a goddess. They value you. They listen to what you have to say. What you say matters. They value your opinion. They value your ideas. They are kind. They are caring. They're supportive. They are funny. They make you smile. They make you feel good about yourself. Just being in their presence makes you feel safe. That's how you can begin to cultivate that same level of self-love within yourself, is to treat yourself the way your ideal person that is right for you treats you. So basically, you treat yourself how you would want to be treated. Start treating yourself with so much respect. Start doing nice things for yourself. Start saying kind things to yourself, as we did in step 1. Just be nice to yourself. Appreciate who you are. Appreciate everything that you've accomplished in your life up until this point. Just show yourself appreciation. Treat yourself the way your perfect for you person treats you. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, in learning to cultivate self-love when you don't feel it for yourself, is begin healing the heartbreak from your past. And this is where we're getting into the actual work of healing. Your healing journey is your spiritual awakening. It's the awakening of peeling back the layers of false programming that we receive when we're young through just our life experiences. And this self-love healing journey has been going on since the day you were born, because I don't know very many people that haven't experienced some form of heartbreak. And what I mean by heartbreak is that when we're born, we come from that infinite source of love. And so in our baby form, we are just pure love, but life happens to us. And the people that are significant in our lives when we're really young have a tremendous impact on who we become. And some people grew up in very loving and supportive and nurturing and kind and positive affirmation environments, but they still might lack love or self-love because of something that was said to them, or it could have, or maybe it was a bullying situation. They experienced something that caused them to have their heart broken. And that heartbreak is from that disconnection from that love source that lives within us. It's heartbreaking when we feel defeated, when we're laughed at, when we're bullied, when we're repeatedly told things that are limiting and not true about who we are, where we aren't able to express ourselves freely through how we want to do our hair, how we want to do our makeup, how you want to dress, what you want to do with your career, what you like to do for hobbies. It's heartbreaking when we are not supported in our own self-expression, and it breaks our hearts. Our heartbreak starts at a very young age. Not everybody comes from a horrible upbringing. Some people do, and some people are just middle of the road. I know for me, early on in my own healing journey, I had a big epiphany that I don't believe in myself. And that was heartbreaking for me. But as I allowed myself to go back and discover, like, why would that be? Why do I not believe in myself? Why can I not follow through on the things that I want to do with my life, or how I want to express myself, or what I wanted to create, or goals and dreams and aspirations, all of it. Why was I not able to fulfill those goals? Well, I stemmed it back to my childhood, when I remember being told my whole young life that I wasn't smart like my siblings, and I wasn't really stupid. And I know that is not how we speak about other people, but those were the actual words that were used towards me at that time. But I was told, okay, you're not up here with your siblings and you're not down here, you're just kind of here. And I noticed, I always felt like I was never above the mediocre line. I was always below that mediocre line. And so in school, all I ever could accomplish was a C or a C minus. So I interpreted that to mean that I was mediocre, and that I would always be mediocre, and that I would never be able to fulfill the goals that I wanted. That was further confirmed through career counseling when they asked me, what do you want to do when you get out of high school? And I said, I want to be a social worker. And they had all of these tests that they did back then to tell you what you would be good at. And they said, no, you wouldn't be any good at that because you're too sensitive. And so I didn't pursue that. So I learned, number one, not to trust my inner knowing. And number two, I learned that I don't believe in myself. I can't accomplish things. And so that was a huge epiphany for me. So I had to go through that process of unpacking all of that, shining a light on it. I didn't blame my family for telling me I was mediocre. In fact, the person who told me that, looking back on it, probably felt pretty mediocre themselves because of things that had happened in their younger years. But you see how we adopt these things as our own, but they're not true, and they are projected onto us. And then we create these beliefs about who we are and what we're worthy of and what we are deserving of. and it's very heartbreaking. So the third point really is that about starting to go back and allow yourself to look at why do you believe what you do? So I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until the next video, take good care.